Trump really, in my view, really stepped on it when he decided to do his own coin. It's like, dude, is there? Can you please stop? Get your ego and your desire to make money out of the way. I mean, good God.
Lepard said to Trump's stumped on coin, "So please stop doing this. You can make money other the way," according to him. He only want to make money through this. A new HBO documentary says it is set to unveil what could be one of the biggest mysteries in the financial world: the true identity of Bitcoin's pseudonymous creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. The potential revelation has significant implications for global markets and the upcoming U.S. presidential election, given the strong ties between Republican candidate and former President Donald Trump and Bitcoin supporters. Directed by Emmy-nominated filmmaker Cullen Hoback, known for his documentary series Question into the Storm, which exposed the architects of the QAnon conspiracy theory, the new film promises to reveal Satoshi Nakamoto's identity. Since Bitcoin's creation in 2009, it has transformed from a niche digital currency into a trillion-dollar asset class. It is now seen as a store of value for those skeptical of traditional monetary systems, a speculative vehicle for outsiders in the financial world, and a method of payment used in both legal and illegal transactions, including cyber fraud and narcotics. Its rise has been fueled by vocal advocates like Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, pushing Bitcoin to the forefront of financial discourse. The documentary's potential unmasking of Satoshi Nakamoto's raises serious questions about his involvement in any crimes facilitated by Bitcoin. It could also make him one of the wealthiest individuals on the planet, as Satoshi is believed to control approximately 1.1 million Bitcoin, worth an estimated $66 billion. Whether Nakamoto still has access to these cryptographic keys remains unknown. The mystery of Satoshi Nakamoto's identity has baffled experts and enthusiasts for years. After publishing the original Bitcoin white paper in 2008, Nakamoto communicated through message boards and emails, leading a group of cryptography and coding experts known as cypherpunks. In 2010, Nakamoto vanished, with his final message warning against Bitcoin's association with WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks has kicked the hornet's nest. I make this appeal to WikiLeaks not to try to use Bitcoin. Over the years, several individuals have been suspected of being Nakamoto, though none have definitively proven their claim. In 2014, journalist Leah McGrath Goodman falsely identified Japanese-American Dorian Nakamoto as Satoshi. In 2016, Australian cryptographer Craig Stephen Wright claimed to be Satoshi, but failed to provide evidence and faced legal disputes that ultimately discredited him. Before going on James' lavish views, do subscribe my channel and turn on notification for more updates.
Markets hate uncertainty. And so with Bitcoin, you're definitely sensing some uncertainty here with, we saw the Nikkei was down almost 5% last night. It's like, are we going to have another, yen carry trade issue, or is liquidity actually being drawn out? Are we actually heading into a recession that we're going to have to stomach first? There's a ton of trading capital in Bitcoin, and they're moving around this thing, and it's not that big yet. So $1 trillion asset is nothing. It's just a fraction of a percent of the total investable assets in the world. When you have $900 trillion of investable assets in the world, and you've got an asset that's less than $1 trillion, yeah, it's going to get whipped around, especially when it's been the tip of the risk spear for so long. So that's one thing. But long term, and the reality is, and Sam did a great job with Lynn Alden on this, and in studying this, and it was in Bloomberg actually this weekend. They quoted the study that Bitcoin is highly correlated to the long term growth and liquidity. And so when you have money supply expanding over the long term, Bitcoin will follow that. It may not follow it week to week or even month to month, certainly not day to day, but it will follow it long term. And so if you just pull back and you just eliminate all the noise and you hear nothing else from this conversation but this, just remember that, as Larry said, central banks are trapped. Sovereigns are trapped. They have no choice. We have so much debt. We have so much leverage in the world that we have no choice but to build on that leverage, expand on that leverage, expand on the money supply in order to keep the charade going. And Bitcoin will ultimately benefit from that even more than gold. So if you pull up that flag, that's about right. And it's, once it gets through that $70,000 level, it's going to have, like right now, where the trajectory of it is about 66,000. If it breaks through there, it's kind of interesting here. All right, can you all see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey,
so
perfect.
this has been a bull flag that's been forming for months here. Okay, this is the daily. So if you go to the weekly, it's easier to see. But
Oh, yeah.
this has been forming for this long. Here's the flagpole right here. After we had the ETFs approved, and we had that sell off, which was a fake out. You had this flagpole created, and now you have lower highs and lower lows that continue as you consolidate through here, right? So now, as we've consolidated, we keep consolidating. You could see just this last week, we bounced right off that flag. I mean, it's just incredible. We bounced right off of it. And it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy that traders look at this and they watch this and they say, okay, it's not quite ready yet. And so now here we are this week, starting today, we're down, but once it breaks through this level, which is about 66,000, then the next level is the all-time high. And that all-time high is what, 72 and change?
73-ish, yeah.
Yeah,
73.
73,000. So once it breaks through that, then it's price discovery, and that's it.
James Lavish described the consequences happening in Bitcoin. According to him, if investors take Bitcoin for longer term, it will benefit them. If we see the back occurrence happening in Bitcoin, we will come to know it will increase its value. There is no issue in difference. While the real identity of Bitcoin founder Satoshi Nakamoto may never be definitively uncovered, the important thing is that the technology works without his involvement. Further, Bitcoin is strengthened by the fact that its creator is anonymous, as people can focus on the technology without the distractions of its creator. From this perspective, the enigma of Satoshi Nakamoto is what gives Bitcoin its mystical origin, a necessary precondition for the creation of a new form of money and the birth of a new asset class. Nakamoto's decision to remain anonymous has contributed to the mystique and enduring fascination surrounding Bitcoin and blockchain technology. It has allowed the focus to remain on the decentralized and revolutionary aspects of the technology, rather than on the identity or motivations of its creator.
Natalie, I think it'd be helpful to give you some historical perspective. This reminds me very much of 2019 and 2020, when Bitcoin was kind of stuck in the 5s and 10K range, and gold was stuck at 1365, and gold broke out first, well before COVID happened or anything else, and then COVID happened, and then Bitcoin just came racing by, and I mean, and so gold was up in that event. Gold was up, I don't know, 50, 60, 70%. Bitcoin was up 300%. So to answer your question and to allay your concerns, the year's not over, and I'll say it here first. I think we'll see six figures this year. This calendar year. Yeah. And I think James would agree with us because he does a lot of good technical analysis. If you look at it, there's a bull flag forming with a downward slope. And what is it, James? 73?
Yeah, it's been forming for months now,
Right. And when it breaks 73, it's going to squirt to 100 like lickety split, don't you think? Oh, absolutely. It's just relax. It's all coming our way. And I mean, and this is without something, without an accident, without something, quote unquote, breaking. I mean, I think there's a high probability that sometime in the next 18 months, something serious will break, like the stock market or whatever. And, the bazookas will come out.
Yeah. I mean, it happened back in 2019. We've talked about it before with the, the repo spike. Well, the repo spike. I mean, it was just, you look back at it now, it's obvious, of course it's quarter end. You've got, the window dress, you've got banks, hoarding capital or hoarding cash. You've got, the expansion of the amount of debt that the Treasury wanted to float. And then you've got the dollar issue overseas and international investors not able to buy as well. It was just a confluence of events. Was it a black swan? No, but it was kind of grayish, and it was painful. And then boom, the Fed just came right in with QE. You can see on the chart of the expansion of the money supply. It started back in 2019 in that fall.
Right. Well, that was when Trump was like tweeting at Powell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, you also had a mini break in March of 23, when Silicon Valley Bank failed. Right? I mean, it's the same thing, but they managed to put that one back in the can as they always do. You know, look, it's a cat and mouse game with the Fed, but they're losing. They're going to go down. You know, the currency is going to be massively debased, massively, and when it's all over, there won't be a Federal Reserve anymore, and that'll be a very good thing.
According to Satoshi, the founder of Bitcoin People, not Focus on Founder, what are your thoughts about it? Share your thoughts in comment section. Ensure you like the video. If you like it, do subscribe my channel and turn on notification for more updates. Thanks for watching.